Hi, everybody. Why isn't that stopping? What's going on? All right, there we go. I'm Skip Elsheimer. Welcome to the AV Geeks Lunchtime Streaming Show. And we just saw some raw footage from Shy Guy, which is one of these amazing cornet films that came out in like 1947, I think. Excuse me. Maybe a little bit earlier. It's an early cornet. And it features Dick York, of course, who played Darren on Bewitched and was the teacher in Inherit the Wind, and also shows up in a bunch of cornet films, and also some military training films. Anyways, so that was raw footage that was shot, and we had 30 minutes of it, so I wanted to show you half of it, and then maybe I'll show you the rest later. But it's one of these great things that... it was one of the first films that I got, and I remember it. I remember it on Mystery Science Theater. I remember it on, I feel like, Night Flight. So to see it in color, to see him holding a slate is just really phenomenal. It's really, really great. But some of you might not have seen Shy Guy, so here it is. And here's the thing is, I saw in the chatter, in the comments, the talk about an old radio. Well, the dad is not quite clear on what Dick York's character is actually working on. Is it a radio? Is it a record player? What is it? Let's find out. Here's Shy Guy.
In class, it's not so bad. But when school's out and the others go off to enjoy themselves, well, if you're what they call a shy guy, that's when you really feel it. The awful loneliness of being new in town. You don't know how to make people like you, and you find yourself holding a grudge against them. You're standing on the outside looking in. You might have something to contribute to their conversation, but nobody cares whether you do or not. There's a barrier, and you don't know how to begin breaking it down. You imagine they keep watching the way you look, the way you act. They think you're different. So you head for home. What else? But still, you can't forget that you're alone, an outsider.
Hello, Phil. How's everything?
Oh, okay, I guess, Dad.
And how's your record transmitter and microphone coming?
Oh, all right, I guess. I know it isn't either. I can't figure out where to connect in the oscillator. I know I have to connect it into the amplifier, but where? It just doesn't fit in.
Why not call the store and get more information? And by the way, how are things going in school?
Oh, okay, Dad. But school here isn't like it was back in Morristown.
Well, you know, son, maybe school is like your radio. This oscillator will do its work well. But as you said, you still have to fit it in so it can work with all the other parts.
I know what you're driving at, Dad, but I don't think I ever will fit in, not here. I'm different from the guys in this town.
Well, as far as that goes, Phil, everybody's different. That's what makes people interesting.
Maybe.
You know, when we moved here this summer, I had quite a time making friends in a new office where everybody else knew each other.
What'd you do, Dad?
Well, that's beside the point, son. What works for one doesn't necessarily work for another.
But I bet the other men didn't look at your clothes all the time.
Well, what makes you think they look at your clothes?
Oh, because the other fellas wear sweaters or just shirts, not a regular suit like mine.
Well, wear a sweater then. The clothes alone won't... Phil, what about the other fellows? What do they do? What do they like?
Gosh, Dad, I don't know. I never noticed. Only I know it's not radios.
Perhaps that's the reason you don't know. You don't notice what the others are interested in. Why not try to find out?
How, Dad?
Well, you might try watching, listening. Pick out the most popular boys and girls in school and keep an eye on them. Try to figure out why people like them. Not that you'll ever be just like any of them, but you might learn something. Well, see you at dinner.
Now, there's an idea. Maybe a good idea. Worth a try, anyway. And tomorrow's not too soon to start. Pick out the most popular boys and girls in school and keep an eye on them. Who are they now? Some of them are right here in this class. Andy McIntyre, for instance. People like him, all right. Chick Gallagher rates high in popularity, too. There's Jane Davenport. She's popular with boys and girls. And Jack Gilbert. What's he got that makes people like him so much? Andy's got something to say, and Jack's listening. He really seems interested. Come to think of it, Jack's always interested in what people are talking about. Maybe that's why he hits it off so well with everybody. Anyhow, Andy thinks he's a great guy. No, that's too easy. Just listening.
You should have been at the
Well, what's this?
Jane. You saw the pictures you took.
Sounds like Jane's caught on to the same thing. She's listening. Hearing about Helen's collection of menus. And liking it. That makes her kingpin with Helen. Maybe there is something in this business of being a good listener. But still, there must be more to getting along with people than just wearing a sweater and listening.
What's the matter, Bob? Handle stuck?
Yeah, I can't get it open.
Oh, here, let me try. There's a trick to some of these. There.
Gee, thanks a lot, Chick. Now, why didn't you think of that? Chick's always doing things for people. And it pays off in friends.
Boy, that sure is one tough history assignment we have for Friday. Wish I could find some good outside reading material.
I found a swell book that covers everything Miss Carson wants us to know. It's called The Last Days of Monarchism by Henry Darrow. You can get it at the library.
I'm sure glad you told me about it. I'll get it this afternoon. Thanks a lot, Bob.
It's okay, Chick.
You dope. You knew about that book. You could have been the guy that helped a guy. Well, get going. Gotta stop by the drugstore. There it is again. Even when you bump into people, they hardly know you're alive. You're alone, Bud. Alone in the crowd. But keep looking around. Try to find out what the score is. Look at Jack and Beezy over there. Girls seem to like them. Why? What's the angle? They do act kind of polite. At least they seat the girls and give their orders to the waiter. They aren't loud like some of the guys.
Cherry Coke, chocolate Coke, milkshake, and walnut. Double chocolate walnut.
Right.
Okay, I got it. Whoa, gee.
Excuse me, please. I've got the orders for my table. Just helping out during rush hour, Bob.
Gee, thanks a lot, Chick. That's swelling.
Okay, Bob. Hey, girls.
There's Chick being helpful again.
I can't quite decide. I do it have pink white striped dresses, Jane. I love the way it's made.
Hey, don't tell me you two are still talking clothes. Was this a plot to squelch all males present? Phil, sit down. Make yourself at home.
Oh, Chick, how are you?
Pretty good. Come on, sit down.
Hello, everybody. Okay.
We men need some support to run down this girlish chatter. Hey, you want a malt, don't you? Yo, Bob. The topic under discussion is the mixer next Friday night at school. You're going, aren't you?
Oh, I don't know, Chick. I haven't got a date yet.
Well, grab yourself a girl and come along. It's not going to be a real party. Just the class getting together for some fun.
I'd like to, Chick. Yeah, I sure would. Yeah, sure would be something to take Mary Lou to the mixer. Wonder if she already has a date.
Well, how's the oscillator coming along?
Hi, Dad. Oh, I haven't quite got it working yet. But, you know that other business we were talking about? Well, I've been following your advice.
How about it? Find out anything?
Yeah, Dad, I think I did. It looks like people who get along best with other people are, well, the people who think about the other guy. They make a point of listening to what others have to say and watching for ways to do things for them, being polite toward them. Do you suppose it's sort of a case of thinking so much about other people that you don't have much time to worry about yourself?
Well, perhaps that's right. Maybe the best way to find out is to try it the next chance you get.
You know, Dad, there's a mixer Friday night. I wasn't going to go, but in the drugstore the other day, Chick said I ought to come.
Good idea, Phil.
Well, Dad, there is a girl I'd like to take, if Mary Lou Wright. But I'm not sure she'd go with me. Never even talked to her. I'd probably fall all over myself. Besides, she's popular. She's probably got a date by now.
Well, it is pretty late to ask a girl. Why don't you just go stag? You needn't worry about doing anything wrong, Phil. You act all right. Just do and say whatever seems most natural.
Well, Dad, maybe it will be easier after I've had a chance to talk to her at the mixer. You know what? I kind of think this is going to fit in after all. Well, this is it. Sink or swim. Oh, there's Mary Lou. She did come with another guy. Beezy Barnes. What now? They're breaking up the piano gang. Look at Beezy, listening first to one boy, then another. It's funny the way people flock around a good listener. But what's this? They're talking about radios. It's right down your alley. They're asking Beezy about penny stock. You know the answer to that one. You could tell him. But she just to butt in. Beezy's still stuck. He really needs help. Help? That's it.
An offer of help. That's welcome anywhere. It's not hard to fit yourself into a conversation. A mention of a similar problem in connection with the record player. They're interested in that record player. They are interested in that shy guy. They know he's alive now. And, strangely enough, he's just discovered that they're alive. Of course they'd like to see the record player. Of course they'll come over. Tomorrow afternoon.
So I just have to do a little more soldering and connect the oscillator into the amplifier and everything will fit in.
Oh, Phil, could you have it ready by next week and bring it over to my house?
I guess so.
Some of the gang's coming over Thursday night, and we could have a lot of fun with it. You will come, won't you?
Well, one shy guy is on his way. Not that his worries are over. He'll still have his moments of doubt, of hesitation, of fear that he might do something wrong. But he can face these problems now because he knows that he's not really different. And while he's discovered only a few of many ways to overcome shyness, he's discovered that it can be done. And that's the main thing, isn't it?
Goes out to you old radios. Back, I guess, in 1947, you could get vacuum tubes at the local malt shop, drugstore. It's kind of weird. Anyways, yeah, I very much love that film. There's weird scenes in it, like, well, one, the confusion about what is it that he's actually working on. It kind of changes a little bit. Then there's some of the continuity as far as him going to the social, and then he says, well, yeah, Dad, there is a girl that I was thinking of asking. And it's like he's answering a question that was not asked. And so maybe they cut that out. I don't know. Anyways, there you go. There's what all that color footage turned into with Shy Guy. And I found another one called Self-Conscious Guy. And I'm just wondering was there like a series of films about guys with social problems made in 1947. Unfortunately, I have not found a print of that. So I don't know what happens with Self-Conscious Guy. But it seems like he's getting up in front of an audience, a bunch of students in a classroom, and then on a stage. I'm not sure. Anyways, let's go to the scanner, which is right here, and we'll watch a film. We have more rain coming today, and maybe some of this will be snow for some of you up north. So here's a film called Shadows in the Snow. Enjoy. Dang it. There's no leader at the end. Yeah, it was weird. I thought for sure this was going to be. I mean, I knew it was going to be foreign because of the music, but I thought it was going to be like Italian or European. I was like, wow, is that the Alps? Like, what is? It was like, oh no, it's Japan. Crazy. Anyhow, 1972, and maybe it was licensed by Perspective Films, which was owned by Esquire, and the same people own Cornet. Let's see another Cornet film. This one is what I tried to show this a film that I thought it was called Story Acting is Fun or something, And I thought that that's what this was going to be, but it wasn't, so here it is. This is great. Peddler and the Monkeys acting out stories. Enjoy.
Soon there were no more houses, for the peddler had come to the end of the town. But then he saw another road, which took him to the next town. So he walked along this road for a long time. Finally, the peddler came to a tall tree.
Let's see. What a tall tree!
I have sold most of my hats in my bag, the peddler said. Now I will take a nap, because I am tired. So the peddler put his bag of hats on the ground, and then he lay down beneath the tree and went to sleep.
What a funny picture.
How do you suppose he sounds when he snores? I think so, too. He slept for a long time. And when he woke up, he really felt fine. Now I will sell the rest of my hats in the bag, he said. But when he picked up his bag, he saw that it was empty. Where are my hats? The peddler cried. He looked all around the tree, but the hats weren't there. Where are my hats? The peddler cried again. And then the peddler heard a strange sound. It went chee, 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 and it came from up above him. So he looked up into the tree, and what do you suppose he saw there?
What he has got.
Monkeys.
Monkeys?
Yes, monkeys. And each monkey had on one of the peddler's hats. Give me my hats back, you monkeys, the peddler said, and he shook his finger at them. But the monkeys just went chee, 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 and shook their fingers right back at him. Then the peddler shouted, "Those are my hats! Give them back to me, you monkeys!" And he shook his fist at them. But the monkeys just went chee, 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 and they shook their fists back at him. Well, this made the peddler so angry that he pulled off his own hat and threw it on the ground as hard as he could and started to walk away. Then what do you suppose happened?
I don't know.
The monkeys went
Chee, chee, chee.
and pulled off their hats and threw them on the ground as hard as they could. So you see, the peddler had learned a good lesson. He learned that what monkeys see, monkeys do. Then the peddler put his own hat back on his head and picked up the other hats and put them into his bag. He turned and walked off down the road to the next town to sell his hats. And that's the end of the story. Did you like this story?
Read it again.
What'd you say, Tommy?
Please read it again. Yeah.
Well, do you remember the story?
Yeah.
How would you like to act it out?
Yeah.
Well, if we're going to act it out, we must have a peddler. Who do you think would make a good peddler? Who'd you say, Tommy? All right, children. Tommy can be our peddler, and all of you can be monkeys. Well, for the monkeys, we'll have to have some hats. We all know how to make hats out of paper, don't we?
Yeah.
Let's go back to our seats, and I'll hand out some paper. While the paper is being passed out, let's think. Let's think about the way real monkeys act. Remember when we saw the monkeys at the zoo? To act like real monkeys? Yeah. All right, let's finish making our hats. Like this is something. That's right.
Chee.
Fine. Now let's put them on. Let's see. Hold them.
Mine's too big. Mine's too big.
All right, boys and girls. This is the sack we're going to use for the peddler. Roger, would you hold it, please? We will use the chairs as trees. After you have put your hats in the sack, climb up on the chairs and pretend you are monkeys. Are you ready, Tommy?
Yes, I am ready. I have a mustache just like the peddler in the story.
Now, are all you monkeys ready? All right, you monkeys. All right, Mr. Peddler, and you monkeys be quiet. The peddler mustn't know you're in the tree. All right.
Oh, I'm tired. I've been walking so far. Oh, I'm tired. I think I'll take a nap under that big tree. That was a good nap. I don't feel tired anymore. Now I think I'll go sew my hats. What? No hats? Where are my hats? I cannot see them anywhere. Where are my hats? Where can they be? You monkeys, you give me back my hats. You monkeys, those are my hats. You give them back to me. You monkeys, you make me so mad. Monkey see, monkey do.
fun acting out stories in our room, don't we? Yeah! And you'll have fun acting out stories you've read, too. As much fun as a whole tree full of monkeys.
I'm sure this played out live in Indonesia, somewhere where there's, hordes, murders of monkeys that take to urban areas looking for food, and there's all those stories about monkeys taking over a block, and there being like turf wars and things like that. All right, so behind me I have another film on the scanner. I don't think we've seen this. Slowly trying to go through and pull all the films about safety that I have. So here's Safety in the Streets. Enjoy.
The streets in most modern cities are crowded, not just with people shopping or going to school, but with cars and trucks too. Many people using the street are hurt every year in accidents that could have been prevented by thinking and acting safely. We can protect ourselves from accidents by remembering simple rules of safety. Our streets and sidewalks are made for everyone to use and enjoy. They're made for cars and trucks and for people. All of us can use the streets, but we should share the streets with others. Some people think the streets are made just for them. They haven't learned to share the streets. This is how accidents happen. We must learn and obey the laws of traffic when we are using the streets. These girls have learned to be alert and courteous to other people on the street. Let's watch the people crossing at this intersection and see how many mistakes we can spot. Anyone could cause an accident. Can you see people here that are forgetting important safety rules? This woman tried to cross on an amber light. Now she is caught in the red light. This boy is caught in the red light too. These girls running across the street
should be walking and watching out for turning traffic. These boys should not be racing on their bicycles. The man crossing in the middle of the block should cross at the intersection. Did you find all the mistakes? Let's take another look at the same intersection. This time, everyone will act the safe way. This woman has a green light, but it turns amber. Amber is the caution light. She turns around and goes back to wait for a green light. The boy also knows not to cross on an amber light. These girls know they should be extra alert crossing the street. They walk across and watch for cars and trucks turning in front of them. This time, the boys wait for a green light. They have also equipped their bikes for safety. Let's watch Ruth as she leaves to visit a friend. Watch the other people using the street, too. Accidents can happen very quickly, so watch closely. An accident can happen very suddenly, as it did here. How many of the mistakes did you see? Ruth crossed the street unsafely, from between parked cars in the middle of the block. Also, her bike is too big for her, and it needs a carrier. The children in this car are not safely seated. Annie opens the car door and climbs out into traffic. Peter is riding too quickly. He doesn't have time to stop in an emergency. Well, suppose Ruth and the other people were more aware of how accidents happen. Things would be different, wouldn't they? Let's watch again. Now Ruth's bike is safe for her. It has a carrier, front and back, and it is the right size. But there's something else Ruth's got that's important to safety. Patience. She knows there's no rush. The people in this car are thinking safety too. They buckle up their safety belts. Once the policeman has given her the signal, Ruth walks her bike through the pedestrian crosswalk. Peter is riding at a safe speed, and Annie knows not to open a car door into traffic. Seeing and being seen are also two musts of street safety if you want to stay out of accidents. And that is especially true in the late afternoon and evening when it's hard to see. More than ever, we must be alert at this time of day. If we aren't, anything can happen. Can you see what safety rules have been forgotten here? This boy is riding too close to the truck, and he hasn't turned on his headlight yet. This girl hasn't turned on her light either, even though it is getting dark. These boys are playing soccer too close to the street. They're also blocking the sidewalk. Let's see these people think and act safely. slow down first and signal when you're turning a corner. During the late afternoon, even though it is not quite dark out, it is hard for people to see you unless you have your light on. And remember to make any signals boldly and clearly. The streets are for traffic and for people. We must learn to share the streets and not cause accidents. And we must learn to look out. Look out for the rules of the road. Look out for each other.
Canadian. I was in Toronto back in early October, and man, I love Toronto. That's really great. I would move there. They have a lot of really amazing food. It's very expensive there, though. That's the problem. And the winters, I don't think I'd mind, but public transportation was really great. It was awesome, but it is very expensive. And then I'd have to move all these films, and then each one would have to go through customs. It'd be a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. So we're not going to do it. So today, so the Oscars, the Emmys give an opportunity to do an in memoriam for people that have passed away. But there is not one for gum. And of course, I'm sure via social media you read that Fruit Stripe has been discontinued. Fruit Stripe gum has a special place in our heart because it's something that my grandmother would give us occasionally. But also when we did digitize 10,000 TV commercials for the Duke AdViews archive, there were a bunch of beech nut commercials in there, including ones for Fruit Stripe. So I put together a little compilation of Fruit Stripe gum commercials and also some other Stripe fruit gum variations that also probably didn't last very long. Not as long as Fruit Stripe. So here it is. Rest in power, Fruit Stripe gum.
Who took the stripes from all the barber poles and put them in beech nut gum?
Yikes, stripes!
Who put the fruit in the fruit stripes? 5 different kinds of flavors, to say nothing of 5 different kinds of colors. Lemon and lime and cherry flavor, orange and mixed fruits too, in every pack.
So why not?
Try some. Buy some. Fruit Stripes forever. Gum gum. Go buy some Fruit Stripe gum. Gum gum. Go buy some Fruit Stripe gum. Yipe Stripes. Go buy some Fruit Stripe gum today. Just say Yipe Stripes.
Yipe Stripes. Beech nut fruit stripe gum. 5 cents at your favorite candy store.
In a land where everything comes up stripes, there's a boy, a tiger, a zebra, and yipes, there's even an elephant wearing stripes. But the most stripetacular thing to see is beech nut fruit stripe gum on a tree.
Yipes!
Stripes? Golly.
Gee! Stripes of all types in a single pack.
Stripes on the front and stripes on the back.
Stripes upon stripes in a stack. Bright red stripes that taste like
Cherry?
yellow stripes are lemon,
Very.
green for lime,
Extraordinary.
orange is orange,
Naturally.
and mixed fruit flavor finally ends the story happily. And just in case you think that you would like to have some fruit stripes too,
A nickel gives you lots to chew.
Just say, Yikes Stripes!
Beechnut Fruit Stripe Gum at your candy store now.
Yipes, stripes, beech nuts, got 'em.
Yipes, stripes, and fruit stripe gum.
Yipes, stripes, 5 different flavors.
Get Beechnut Fruit Stripe Gum.
Not to mention 5 different colors.
Cherry stripe,
Lemon stripe.
Orange, too.
Mixed fruit and lime stripe.
all for you in every pack of beech nut fruit stripe gum. Get beech nut fruit stripe gum.
Mother, soon many ghosts and goblins will appear to plague you.
Trick or treat.
However, these small phantoms enjoy beech-nut fruit stripe gum almost as much as children do.
Yipes stripes.
Be prepared. Buy fruit stripe gum in special beech-nut Halloween packs now.
Brought to you by Beechnut Fruit Stripe Gum. Yipes, stripes, it's fruit stripe gum. 5 different colors, 5 different flavors. Fruit Stripe Gum.
By Beechnut, by gum, by Beechnut, by gum. The flavor starts lively, the flavor stays lively. By Beechnut, by gum.
More flavor to chew, more flavors to choose. Like new Beechnut Fruit Stripe Gum with 5 different flavors in every pack. Lime stripe, lemon stripe, orange stripe, mixed fruit and cherry stripe. And there's extra flavor in every colorful stripe. For flavor that starts lively, stays lively, buy Beechnut, buy gum.
More flavor to chew, more flavors to choose. The flavor starts lively, the flavor stays lively. By gum. More flavor to chew, more flavors to choose. The flavor starts lively, the flavor stays lively. The flavor starts lively, the flavor stays lively. By Beechnut, by gum, by Beechnut, by gum.
Yipes, stripes, beech nuts got 'em. Yipes, stripes, new cherry stripe gum.
Yipes, stripes, beech nuts got 'em. Yipes, stripes, new grape stripe gum.
Me first. I'm here to announce new beech nut cherry stripe gum.
Me first. I'm here to announce new beech nut grape stripe gum.
Announcing new beech nut cherry stripe gum. By beech nut, by gum, by cherry stripe, by gum.
By grape stripe, by gosh.
Extra cherry flavor in it.
Extra grape flavor on it.
In every luscious stripe.
In every scrumptious stripe.
By cherry stripe,
by grape stripe,
by beech nut, by gum. More flavor to chew, more flavors to choose. The flavor starts lively, the flavor stays lively. By fruit stripe, by cherry stripe,
by grape stripe,
by gum. For the whole family, try new beech nut cherry stripe.
After new grape stripe. By gum.
Yipes, stripes, beech nuts got 'em.
By beechnut, by gum.
Yipes, stripes, and fruit stripe gum. By gosh.
No, by gum. By beechnut,
By beech nut, by gum.
By fruit
By
stripe,
fruit stripe,
by gum.
by gum. Yipes, stripes.
By beechnut,
By beech
by
nut,
gum.
by golly.
By gum.
With 5 different flavors, with extra flavor for the whole family in every stripe. All for you in every pack of beech nut fruit stripe gum. By beech nut,
by gum.
Beech nut fruit stripe for the whole family. By gum.
This calls for the sour stripe.
Help! Robert!
A quick change and Beechnut Stripes again. New Beechnut Sour Stripes Gum. 5 fruit flavors in every pack.
New Sour Stripes gum hangs on to flavor. How does that stripe you?
Sour!
Who was that stripe man anyway?
I don't know, but he left this.
Buy Beechnut, by gum!
Yipes, Stripes. Beechnut Fruit Stripe is the most deliciousest gum on earth. Maybe even in the world.
Right. In the world, Fruit Stripe's got the 5 tastiest flavors in the universe.
Right.
Yipes, Stripes, they're better than that.
Right. And you know what? Fruit Stripe is Super A1 Stupendoramic.
Right.
And I'd like to further remark, it's prodigiously sensationalistic.
Right.
Oh, I think it's lots better than that.
Right.
Fruit Stripe flavor really hangs on.
Hangs on? Hangs on. It's the greatest, by gum.
Right. Except for Beechnut Candy Stripe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
And Beechnut Cherry Stripe.
And Frosty Stripe.
And Grape Stripe.
Yikes,
Stripes. By Beechnut, by gum.
Right.
Yipes, Stripes. Beechnut Fruit Stripe is the most deliciousest gum on earth.
Right.
Maybe even in the world.
Right.
That Fruit Stripe flavor really hangs on.
Fruit Stripe's got the 5 tastiest flavors in the universe.
It's the greatest, by gum.
Right. Except for Beechnut Candy Stripe.
Oh, yeah. And Cherry Stripe.
And Frosty Stripe.
And Grape Stripe. Yikes, Stripes by Beechnut, by gum.
Right.
Beechnut presents the greatest variety of chewing gum flavors in the world. Starring the flavor spectaculars Beechnut Candy Cane, Frosty Mint, and Fruit Stripe Gum. With extra flavor in them and extra flavor on them in every delicious stripe or swirl. Minty, lively Candy Cane, cool, tingly Frosty Mint, and super luscious Fruit Stripe.
By Beechnut, by gum, by Beechnut, by gum. The flavor starts lively,
Flavor stays lively.
by Beechnut, by gum. More flavor to chew, more flavors to chew. The flavor starts lively, the flavor stays lively. By Beechnut, by Beechnut, by Beechnut, by gum.
The greatest variety of chewing gum flavors in the world. By Beechnut, by gum.
Yikes, Stripes, Beechnut's got 'em.
By Beechnut, by gum.
Yikes, Stripes, and Fruit Stripe gum.
By Beechnut, by gum.
By gosh.
No, by gum. By Beechnut,
By Beechnut,
by gum.
by gum.
By Fruit
By
Stripe,
Fruit Stripe,
by gum.
Yikes, Stripes.
By Beechnut,
By Beechnut,
by gum.
by golly.
By gum.
With 5 different flavors, with extra flavor for the whole family in every stripe.
Luscious Lime Stripe.
Lip smack and lemon stripe. Delicious orange stripe.
Mixed fruit and cherry stripe. All for you in every pack of Beechnut Fruit Stripe gum. By Beechnut,
By gum.
by G,
By gum.
by King,
By gum.
by Gush.
By gum.
And there's extra flavor for the whole family in every scrumptious stripe.
More flavor to chew, more flavors to choose.
The flavor starts lively.
The flavor stays lively. By Beechnut,
By Beechnut, by gum.
By gum.
by gum.
Beechnut Fruit Stripe for the whole family. By gum.
Beechnut has a new gum, Beechnut Fancy Fruit.
Fancy that.
Beechnut has a new gum, Beechnut Fancy Fruit.
Fancy that.
Beechnut has a new gum, Beechnut Fancy Fruit.
Fancy that.
Fancy Fruit hangs on to flavor.
What flavor?
Fancy flavor.
Fancy what?
Fancy Fruit by Beechnut.
What nut?
By Beechnut.
By gum.
Yipes, Stripes. Beechnut Fruit Stripe is the most deliciousest gum on earth. Maybe even in the world.
Right.
In the world, Fruit Stripe's got the 5 tastiest flavors in the universe.
Right.
Yipes, Stripes, they're better than that.
Right.
And you know what? Fruit Stripe is Super A1 Stupendoramic.
Right.
And I'd like to further remark, it's prodigiously sensationalistic.
Right.
Oh, I think it's lots better than that.
Right.
Fruit Stripe flavor really hangs on.
Hangs on? Hangs on. It's the greatest, by gum.
Right.
Except for beechnut candy stripe.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
And beechnut cherry stripe.
And frosty stripe.
And grape stripe.
Yikes,
stripes. By Beechnut by Gum.
Right.
So sorry. So sorry, Fruit Stripe Gum. Oh yeah, John Fiedler. Yeah, that was the voice. Who did Piglet and then also was on Bob Newhart's show. Yeah, so those were commercials that we digitized for the Duke AdViews project. And so we, in memoriam for Fruit Stripe Gum, which was announced that it was being discontinued. Me personally, I'm a tea berry and clove and blackjack gum fan from Adams Gums. And occasionally I find them and then I get very excited and I buy a pack. And it's the same situation. It tastes like licorice for about 2 minutes, and then it's just like chewing on rubber. It's kind of gross. Same with the clove and tea berry. And those are because those were popular, and my grandparents had those as well. But farewell. And so this is something that's interesting in the realm of gum technologies. You had your little things of gum. Then you had your kind of things of bubble gum that were hard and chewy. And then at some point in the 80s, maybe or late 70s, early 80s, there was the soft gums that had the flavor centers, a lot of them had flavor centers, and basically that was a way so that you'd have more flavor for much, much longer, because most of the gum I think was basically sprinkled with flavor, and then when you chewed it, then it would basically dissipate very quickly. So, anyways, I can sit and talk about gum all day long. But thanks so much for tuning in today. If you like what you saw, hit the thumbs up, the like button. You can also subscribe. You can donate via the super thanks option or super stickers option in the YouTube comments. You can also go to ko-fi.com/avgeeks or patreon.com/avgeeks. Those are ways to financially support us. But we like you just watching and talking about it. So, thanks everybody. And everybody have a great weekend. And hopefully a tree won't fall on our archive later today. So, just do that. Cross your fingers. Hit the thumbs up and then cross your fingers. We will see you on Monday. Everybody take care.